All right, y'all. All right, y'all. We taking a dive into the Don Khan's natal chart today. You know, today, May the 13th. And as you see, he has the sun conjoined in his midheaven in 2 days. It'll be an exact conjunction. 2 days, it'll be an exact conjunction. You know, Jupiter will be in his seventh house, legal matters, open conflicts and legal matters. So you can expect some expansion on his legal troubles, you know, in the next few days. But he's not even gonna get to see the justice in the court. It doesn't look like, because Neptune, the ruler of his eighth house right here, is conjunct his eighth house cusp. Not only is it conjunct his eighth house cusp, it's moving into a square with his sun. Now, the sun rules your vitality and your life force energy. If the ruler of the house of death is squaring that, something is about to change in your life force energy, especially as Neptune goes into the eighth house of death. It's not faring good for him. It's not faring good for him, you know. Also, there's going to be eclipse in about 2 weeks, the 25th. That's 12 days away. The eclipse is going to happen in his 10th house, his public sphere. It's going to happen in his 10th house at about, 6 degrees Gemini. About 6 degrees Gemini. So that eclipse is going to trine his natal Neptune. A trine makes it real easy. A trine to the ruler of the house of death makes it real easy for you to slip out of this world and into the next. Makes it very easy. As we look, we look in 4 days, his sun will be in his 10th house. It will be squaring Mars. Mars rules his ninth house of legal issues. Mars rules the ninth house of legal issues, and the sun, which is squaring his Mars, rules his 12th house of prisons and hospitals. Yeah, it's not looking good for you, Donnie. At all, Jack. Venus, that's the ruler of his 10th house and the ruler of his third house, Venus is also, trying Neptune. Let's talk about death. Let's talking about death, man. Let's talking about death. Mars in his 11th house intercepted in the sign of Cancer. Mars is about to square Jupiter. What does Jupiter rule? His 5th house of his kids. Legal problems for your kids, Donnie. They're coming. They're coming. This is about to get real, Saturn is in his 6th house of health. Saturn is going make a trine to his Uranus, which rules his his motherfucking health. Rules his house of health. It's not looking good for him. It's not looking good. Mars, Mars in the 11th house hit his Mercury about a week ago. Mars again rules the 9th house. The 9th house rules legal matters and attorneys. He know they coming for him. And that's really stressing him out and fucking with his health. Really fucking with his health, when we look at the condition of Mercury in his chart, Mercury is about to hit Uranus in about 3 days, which is the ruler of his health. That's when you should start to see the decline, the decline, Then it's gonna hit that north node. You know, the north node help you send you out of here too. And then it come in conjunction with the sun, you know. And the sun rule his motherfucking 12th house. The 12th house govern hospitals, institutions, nursing homes. Yep. Out of there. Out of there. You know, Pluto rules death and transformation. You know, death and transformation. You know, destruction. Pluto is opposite his 10th house ruler, Venus. Venus rules, you know, Taurus. And Venus rules third house. You know, the mind, the mental state. Pluto eating that ass up. You know, right now the ruler of his death house is also square his moon. You know, separating from a square with his moon. You know, but when it come to legal troubles, they big and bad. You know, they big and bad, and he know it. He know it. Saturn rule his intercepted fifth house. You know, the kid that he has kept secret has been secretly, you know, the kid that he kept on the hush, it has been in the shadows and obscured, you know, living in daddy's shadow his whole life. He been cooperating with the police. He been cooperating, dog. You know, that interceptor, you know, you don't see Capricorn in this chart because it's intercepted in this fifth house. So Capricorn tells of a child that's overshadowed, you know, by his father, you know, or a child that's kept a secret. or denied affection by the father, because Capricorn is a sign that shows a lack of affection and emotional attachment to your children. You know, even though he's like that, he in public, you know, he promotes himself as a loving and fun father. But in reality, you know, that Capricorn intercept shows he's very cruel, heartless, emotionless, and detached from his children. And it's coming back to haunt him. It's coming back to haunt him with this motherfucking Pluto retrograde. It's gonna hit that motherfucking 10th house ruler, that third house ruler, and he gonna have a lot of problems, man. Whole lot of problems. You know, again, you know, the sun is moving into that square with Mars in his 12th house. Mars ruled the 6th house of legal matters. You know, you look at the condition of his Venus. Venus is gonna be conjunct that eclipse. You know, things dealing with his public image and his siblings. You know, his mind state. It's gonna be affected by this eclipse, man. Yes, sir. I'm excited. I am excited for this eclipse. I am. I promise you. A lot of stuff finna shake, Jack. A lot of stuff finna shake. And again, you know, the ruler of the death house is square his sun. That vitality, you know, is making a sextile to Saturn. You know, Saturn rule boundaries and limitations. Easy to put a limit on a motherfucker, you know. Easy. You reached your limit here. I'm I'm happy, man. I'm happy. It's not really gonna be, you know, a significant, you know, victory per se for black people, but it's gonna slow down the chaos and allow justice to come to these white nationalists and white supremacists, insurrectionists. You know, it's gonna turn this country upside down, but they'll be all right. They will be all right. So to summarize Don the Khan's health, it ain't looking good for you, Jack. It ain't looking good.